NCRP Productions presents Shadowrun, Sunday in the Shadows, Season 2, Episode 8.
Welcome everybody, and hello. Cut! I meant to say hello and welcome.
Hello.
Tell me back in. We're going to do that over.
The shadows.
Cut! All right, I'm ready. Hello everybody, and welcome to Sunday in the Shadows. Today we're playing Shadowrun 6th Edition. And my name is David. I'm going to be your game master, and we are going to go around the table and introduce our characters, starting with our very own friendly neighborhood MF.
With me?
That's you, Barry.
Hi, this is Barry. I am running MF, the Dwarven Adept.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro, and I am running the human hot hand. Sorry, the Hermetic Mage.
Well, it's just not a good start to the day at all.
I didn't think about what race I was again.
We always wonder that.
It's been a week, you know.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Jelly, the face of the group.
Hello, this is Josh. I'm running Nomad, Covert Ops.
Nomad's the only one that did his homework and remembered who he was.
He also was the last one and heard the rest of us all screw up.
I had time for prepare.
So, when last we met, you guys had found through Jelly and Nomad searching of the administrative wing of the facility.
That's right.
Had come across a magically trapped book.
Yeah.
You had set off that trap and had an altercation with some type of electrical elemental. Were able to somehow defuse the trap by closing the book.
Somehow.
After passing the book off from player to player, like, wait a minute, trying to type this thing around, and finally we were able to shut it down by closing the book. You guys took a quick glance. There were a bunch of different notes in there. And, at first glance, you saw there were access codes, looked like terminal, credentials for logging onto the network, and some science journaling type things, experiment stuff. So that is where we pick up. Currently, we've got Hot Hands, Jelly, and Nomad up in the administrative wing after tangling with this elemental. And we've got MF down in the lab doing lab work.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm not feeling too well. I coughed some blood into a little handkerchief I have.
Did you get wounded?
Astrally, yeah. I got wounded really bad.
That's right.
It was not fun.
Sorry about that, Hot Hands. In the future, I'm used to scavenging and picking things out on my own, but in the future, this sort of thing, I think I'll bring to you first.
Maybe I should googly eyes them first. Okay, I think I'm going to be fine.
So I've been in the lab now for 9 days working on this stuff.
Well, so the thing with the book, this has happened over the course of the 9 days. We talked about, it's going to take 9 days for you to come up with some type of information that's going to be useful in your efforts in the lab. So all of this has kind of taken place in parallel within this 9-day bubble.
Yeah. Oh, excellent! So I'll have 9 days to heal from this.
Yeah. So
or several days.
Yeah, at the end of the 9 days, everyone will be full on health. The edge pools have refreshed.
So we now have the access code to get onto the net, correct?
Well, you're not sure, so you can spend some time looking into the journal. Who's going to do that?
I will.
Okay, all right.
Well,
so
maybe I'll take a second look
all
after
right.
him.
Let me take a look at it.
Let me just double check.
So as you start to go through the journal, the first half of the journal is written in kind of a what would I say, like a almost like a diary type thing. Journal entries.
Okay.
They've got dates. Now the dates. So it's currently, I think we had decided it's been 4 days in game, I believe. So we should be sitting at the 22nd, I think. I'm going to say we're about 2 days into our.
So 9 days, I have 9 days is going to make it May 2nd.
Right, but it hasn't been the full 9 days yet.
Right.
So we're somewhere between.
So if we're in 4 days, that should be April 26th, if I've got it counted right.
We arrived on the 22nd.
Yeah, well, you arrived on the 22nd. It'd been 4 days.
We left the baby Megalodon on the 22nd.
Yeah, and that
22nd.
was the same day that we got to the new place. So now if it's been an additional couple of days,
It's been 2 more days.
so, 24th.
All right. So the first section of the journal, the very first part, there's it's all handwritten, and it says, "I'm leaving this here in hopes that someone with good morals discovers what I've left behind in my writings. The company has not seen the world's best ethics and done justice here, and I don't agree with the direction that they're going. Enclosed, you'll find my personal findings on the experiments that the doctor has been performing, and I'm going to lock myself in the vault in hopes that someone comes along in time.
No. Did not happen. Okay, cool.
So did he leave a way into the vault?
This is what I'm picturing, is that we're like
In the
down in
journal?
the lab with MF and like we're sitting on like the gurneys flipping
wasn't
through this
fire-
journal.
Yeah, basically, you're like sitting on the thing. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
The other thing is I could go astrally into the vault and see if I could see if he's still alive. Or...
Can you? I thought you couldn't
yeah, I thought
cross the door.
Yeah.
No,
he
no,
did.
because there was the barrier, but I
we
just
dispelled the
dispelled
barrier.
the barrier. So
That's
I
right.
think
He
I just
didn't saw the object.
Yeah, I saw the object, but I didn't look, I guess, hard enough to see
Maybe
if
there was a back
person.
room or something.
There might be another way.
Yeah,
in
I
if
think
he's-
that would be something that we would do.
If there's a dead body in there, you're gonna see a black and white lump, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
kinda
you'll
how
see the
Astro
shape.
would
You'll
be?
see the
Okay.
body, and
So
hey,
that
there's
makes
something
sense.
in here.
Yeah. I mean, whether alive or dead is going to be useful to us.
Yeah.
Just to know.
And it is a little as you read it, like I'm locking myself in the vault. Apparently whoever wrote this had to have been in some mode of desperation, going, "Hey, look, this is it for me. I'm going to lock myself in the vault." And what is that? I wonder why. Why would you lock yourself in the vault? Why not just leave?
Well, they have to be of a considerable like place in the business as well to have access to the biometrics of the vault too. So this isn't just some random lab tech.
But yeah,
Okay.
and he can apparently lock it,
Theory.
from other people from getting in from the company, possibly.
Well, so you know that there was a magical ward
Yeah.
on the vault itself,
Mhm.
and there was a magical, trap on the book. So whoever's writing this might have been an awakened person.
Theory. What if he's in the box?
Like a little genie.
I don't know. That might be a possibility.
Can you look and see that? Let's start with
Well,
just
I can
looking
just
in the
look for the
vault.
body.
Yeah, let's,
You've been reading the book to me down
Yeah,
in the lab.
we're having like a slumber party in the lab.
Right, like it says here.
What is this dork?
So
Yeah, I
Jelly, is there dates? Any dates in book?
So, as you continue to go through the book, now you start to come across dated entries.
Okay.
Right? So these things are going back. They're going back 4 months.
Okay.
The
4 months.
The oldest entry is just shy of 4 months. So we're talking
or newest entry.
January.
You're saying, right? Newest entry
the
is 4 months?
first. The first entry
Oldest.
is
Oh.
about 4 months from now, in the past. So
Oh
4 months.
wow. Okay.
So beginning of the year, this dude started planning. It sounds like.
So it's strange because when you went on level up there, you said dust everywhere.
Mhm.
There is dust everywhere down here.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't the layer of dust isn't so thick that you would notice if somebody walked through. There would be boot prints. It's not that bad. It's just it did not look. The lab itself, while not a sterile environment, obviously something had been going on.
Right.
Down
Remember,
here
it
at
was
some point, yeah.
clean, but in where the computers were, there was dust in my mind to suggest that there wasn't.
Does not look like it. So either someone was very careful and not disturbing the place, or it had not been used in a while.
So it is also possible, maybe barrier and lock on safe was set by this person or someone with him.
Is there a way to tell, like, is there some kind of, like, signature or magical, like, imprint that you could see if they were made by the same person?
We all look at
Well,
our hands.
Well, there might have been before I dismantled the barrier.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, go look in there and see if there's some dude in there.
Be careful.
I'm always careful.
Looking at the wound on his body.
Yeah, as I touch
Like,
my face.
Thinking about the rockets that were just set off several times.
Well, so as you guys continue to go through the journal,
Yeah,
I'll
Yeah.
let
we
you
should
know
probably
what else
do
to
that
right?
first.
Yeah, like, okay, hey, stop, and go through, right? As you kind of read
Hold it
through
right
this
there,
thing-
I'm gonna go check it out.
Hold
I'll
on,
be
I'm
right
gonna put a bookmark. Nobody touch it. I don't want to lose my place. Right. So, as you look through these entries, they're dated. The oldest one being 4 months, and it looks like the entries are the frequency of the entries are about a week each. There are 8 entries that dated 1 week apart from each other, if that makes sense. So the first one talks about, we gathered the test subjects and the doctor is going to begin phase 1 of observation and implantation.
Gross.
Says, I'm not sure I agree with what I think is going to go on here.
What's the doctor? Does he say the doctor by name? Is it the Halberstrom guy?
It just refers to the doctor.
The doctor.
Yeah. Hasn't named a name, and it says I'm not sure that I agree with the direction the doctor's going, but I am too low on the totem pole to create an HR issue.
I don't remember. Did he say who he was? What his name was or his title or anything? the author of the journal?
No, not yet. So
Okay.
not so far as you're reading, right? But you know that the computer terminal greeted you when Nomad gained access, and it asked for those additional credentials, and it said, "Welcome, Dr. Shalbermat." Right?
Yeah.
And now I think MF, in his magical background, knew of
biotech background.
or biotech background, knew of a kind of a mad scientist, if you will, went by the name Dr. Halberstrom, which is a mix of the letters
It's
of the same name.
anagram, right? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, when you mix it up.
When you mix it up.
So are there like illustrations, or is it just words in here?
Basically just words.
Okay.
It's just a journal, you know. So the second entry says, the doctor implemented the nanites into all test subjects' blood today. The concentrations of magic appear to be growing at a rapid rate.
So from our little reading of this, there's nanites that introduced magic into something?
So
Is that what we should be getting from
there's
this?
always been this question of how do you cross magic with machine,
Mhm.
right? There is nanotechnology in the world of Shadowrun where you've got like I think there's a BioWare that is like a platelet something like that within your platelets that's introduced that gives you like heightened smell and things like that, you know. There's different types of nanites that can have a physical effect on you, whether you're stronger, quicker,
Okay.
you know, more adequately able to react to things, you know.
So nanites are familiar. This is not like a
you
brand
understand
new.
the nanites, right?
So it's like nanites that are awakening you somehow.
But
Which
an
is
idea of-
not
yeah.
something we know about.
Yeah, the idea of
like,
a magically awakened
genetic
nanite
alter.
being implemented into your body, therefore giving you some type of awakened essence, if you will, is completely unheard of.
Yeah.
Right? It would be if there was such a thing, it would be. It would be, you know.
But what's the difference?
Quite
I
the
mean, if
payday.
nanites can heighten your sense of smell, why can't they just heighten your sense of magic?
Because
That's the question.
that's the question: is, you know, are the nanites, because nanites are created? They're not natural necessarily.
They don't
like,
have an essence or
Right.
an aura.
Right, but you would think that maybe the code to that being unlocked, and the fact that LT became awakened, obviously demonstrates that they've, you know, come up with some way to have the nanites rewrite
Do these journals talk about what fuel
the
the,
DNA
nanites?
that
We'll get there. Yeah.
controls
Okay,
them.
I'm on the right
Hot
track.
Hands is very interested in this.
Okay,
You read too slow, Jelly. Continue.
I just click my like sparkly pen.
You're awakened now, but at
Highlighter.
Yeah. At what cost? Right. Okay.
yeah, that's just like an aspect of
He's
it.
just
That's
highlighting
not,
every single one.
Yeah. This looks
doesn't
interesting.
seem to be the main.
I
You
guess
know,
I don't need to
goal.
highlight his page numbers.
What if I forget the page?
Important,
Okay.
it's important.
So that was the second entry talked about. That was the third entry.
No, I thought you said second.
Second,
Second is nanites introduced
Nanites, sorry.
in
So,
all subjects.
right, in all test subjects today,
Magic is growing.
magic. The magical signature, the astral signatures seem to be stable and increasing stably. The third entry talks about the doctor came in and introduced an unknown virus, for lack of a better term, into each of the subjects, which gave each subject a noticeable physical malady, you know, or effect, right? There was a blackening of the eyes, there was a quick decay of some of the physical features, and at this point, I'm not real sure what my role is here anymore, and I think I might call my aunt in upstate New York. Right. The doctor, you also see in that entry, the doctor refers to it as virus V7. The V7
And that
virus.
was in entry 3. The
Yes.
entry you just read. Okay.
Yes, virus V7.
And so, like, in our exploration of the lab, was V7 written anywhere?
Not the eavesdrop.
Okay.
There was no paperwork outside of what you found that would lead you to believe anything that would support anything going on here. Basically, just old equipment that might have been used at some point.
And the ghoul virus is not called V anything.
The ghoul,
It does have
HMV.
designation, but it's not single digit. It's
the,
MVV. I would have to
It's-
look
yeah,
all numbers.
it's HMHVV or something like that. And it's also known as the Krieger strain, which is what makes ghouls into ghouls. It's a strain of that virus, the HMHVV virus.
So during this 9 days, where are we keeping those data cores? Are then?
In truck.
In the
You
truck.
just leave in the truck?
I don't know.
I mean, if we're gonna be
That
staying
was the last
here,
place we had was in
We
truck.
could
You move?
probably
You
leave.
move while I was down here?
No, we should probably
So
move
he's
them
in
back
truck.
inside.
There's nobody in the truck if you guys are staying
That's what-
here, right?
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
supposed to be. Yeah.
I
No one listens to MF.
I mean, right. We,
Unless you
know,
guys want me to go back out there after this, I can do that.
Suddenly we hear the truck pull off.
I thought you were.
Hey, let's watch
Oh shoot, we've been reading this book for 4 days straight.
In our little camp.
Well, no, we'll keep him in the truck because I can.
We had
I'll be up
established
there.
that we had watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be participating in this conversation from outdoors.
So you guys are just keeping a watch on the truck.
So I had thought that what I had pushed and we were doing was I was down below, Jelly was up and down, the two of them were outside
Right.
watching. However,
At some
that
point,
changed because
Yeah.
they went into the second level. At
We had
which
some
point
sort
the
of
three of
shifts.
them were in there and nobody was up top.
What I was picturing is one person.
No,
except for
Hot Hands
for
was up top.
He was
LT.
on.
Oh,
He-
and he was.
We
he was-
had shifts. and
Astral.
This was
Yeah.
during one of the shifts that
Right.
Nomad was not
and then
on
LT is in the
lookout.
back of the
Yeah.
rig, right?
No,
But-
LT's down there with you.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, that's
working
right.
on it.
That's right.
We were keeping him
Yeah.
doped up.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So what are you guys? I forgot. What are you guys doing?
I
with LT? You had
imagine-
him like basically bound.
We
and-
strapped him down to a table.
Yeah, we had him strapped and bound.
The hope is
right.
that I can create some kind of reversion serum, do something to change it. But
He's got
that's-
nanites. You just gotta shock him,
Zap.
or just put a really strong magnet near him.
That is not the way. It
Oh wait, he's got a rig on. That might not work.
Right. All right. So that was entry 3. So entry 4, it becomes less scientific and now just more personal, like take. So entry 4 says the doctor is leaving the facility and he's left direction behind. Apparently, he's going to be remotely observing the test subjects. Test subject 7 is experiencing something different than the rest of the subjects, where the rest of the subjects have deteriorated quickly as the pull on their magical essence was funneled, through the gate. Test subject 7 seems to be mutating into something different, and I think for the first time, I'm actually afraid that I might not make it out of here.
That is probably Natasha.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't think
number was
so.
she?
We don't know.
We looked. No, I saw a number on her arm
She.
when I first saw her.
Give me a memory test.
Oh yeah.
Don't we still have her?
She's outside.
Yeah.
Well, some of her is. I have
wolves
some of
have
her,
eaten part of it.
I have some of her here in the lab
Do you
where
have-
we
do you
chop
take the arm?
parts of her cheek.
Oh my
her,
God.
Her corpse should still be outside. I mean, we might could just see it
Okay.
from here.
She's been laying outside for a week.
Let's,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's see if I remember before we go deal with the.
I mean,
rotten corpse.
honestly, who
One,
would have
two,
buried
three.
her? I wouldn't have.
3.
No one's buried. Okay, you got 3. You remember seeing a number 7 on her arm.
Right.
That was Natasha, number 7.
And you also remember when you first came into the lab, there were bodies on 6 of the 7 tables.
Yes, I do remember that.
And you go over to that table, you go like, this was the table here that was empty, and it's clearly like number 7.
I will admit, maybe we should not have helped Natasha. That-
Oh, you think we shouldn't have just picked up some random
That-
freakish science freak?
Thank you.
On the bonus side, we did find this information.
Never pick up a chick walking down a dirt road with no feet on and a hospital
Tubes
gown.
sticking out of her back.
We had to list: never trust dragon,
Right? Never
never trust elf, never deal with dragon, never pick up chick with
Back hoses.
hospital gown, no
This
shoes.
hospital gown.
Right.
Gotta have shoes or shirt, one or the other.
No shoes, no
shoes.
service.
Making a really solid shoot first list right now.
That's right.
What do you guys think they mean by magic essence pulled through the gate?
The tubes. That's what goes through there. We
What's
couldn't.
the gate?
The gate is obviously the little stoppers in the wall.
It
Or,
is
you know.
not so obvious.
Wait.
Magic does not flow this way.
But if it's attached
Right?
to the nanites, however, nanites could travel through this little tiny thing.
What did the sentence say exactly about the gate?
It said that the magic was being funneled through the gate.
Well, I don't.
And hers was not.
Like
But
the
again-
flow of magic being funneled, the flow of the magic seemed constant, as it flowed through the gate.
If this is real, and I no believe, but if this is real, this has so much potential for bad and for monies.
Wait. So you're down in the lab.
Yes.
MF, could you do me a favor and slowly scan the lab? I want to look through your vid and look for something. Can I look and see? Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind, MF. I'm going to quickly dip down astrally into the lab.
Pause. We had decided that Nomad was on watch at this time.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's up in
You're
the truck.
I thought you were in the.
You're in the
you're
lab
truck.
with us.
Oh, I'm in the lab. Okay, we're
Yeah,
all
Oh,
in
we
the lab.
only have a single person on watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so
It's
anyway,
Nomad.
the point is I'm gonna look with my eyes. What my
So
googly eyes? My googly eyes.
Oh, okay, you're gonna look at the googly eyes.
My
right.
my capital E eyes.
I'm going to be looking with my ears this time.
So I will look with my capital E eyes.
Yeah.
And what I got paranoid about is after hearing magic through a gate, I'm looking for a little thing on a wall that's
Something
lit up.
Something similar to what you saw in the farmhouse?
Like a portal to
I
like
have
a
like
place
a
called Dis,
like a
maybe?
nervous sweat go on
Oh, yeah,
immediately.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay. As you start to scan through, you don't see anything astrally active.
Any I don't know if there'd be a residual or anything.
Well, so you know with astral signatures, usually if there's something magical that has happened, it leaves a footprint behind for it, but it deteriorates over time. There are also ways to kind of scrub that signature and erase it so that people can't use it to track later. So depending on how long it's been, it could quite feasibly, if something had happened, it may have been long enough where that signature may have gone away.
Well, you can finish your thought.
And I'll go in physical form too if I don't see astrally. I'm looking for any kind of arcane writings.
Like a Boston Terrier in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Still the baseboards, you know.
Because
Right.
now I got a little paranoia if somebody is funneling magic to wherever that is.
Hot hands.
What are they
What do you
feeding?
think is going
What are
on?
they
I don't know. It might
doing with it?
be my
Weird
paranoia,
stuff.
but I hear gate and it makes me magical gate. It makes me think. Do you think there's a connection? I know these are unrelated, but
To what?
the place.
What place? Wait, yeah, y'all told me about that.
The,
I don't know what
the
place they're talking
no-ending city?
Yes,
What would make connection for this?
funneling magic through a gate. I might just be paranoid, and I'm just looking around.
Is not impossible. Is what they try and do is impossible. So if it's possible, then nothing is impossible.
Maybe it's
Well-
my paranoia acting up.
Have you ever heard of anyone do technology with magic and it work? Many people try, but no one succeed. No.
I feel like in the magic community, that'd probably be a consensus that it won't work.
Yes, even with small knowledge I have, is no.
But we've seen some interesting things going on.
I have two thoughts. One is, did Natasha was she awakened? I don't think so.
She was not.
And then if these Jane Does in the other room, if they were awakened and they've died, would their corpses have any kind of magical whatever?
No, because their life essence would be gone.
I
Probably
thought
They-
I thought
they
you
were,
looked
like,
already.
You know,
I
like,
did.
Like, what? In other words, was Subject 7 like the outlier, and you know, was she a mistake or was she the goal?
No. She
Yeah.
was. It says in book in
Well,
entry
according-
4 it says was mistake.
Okay.
Mutant means mistake.
So they were harvesting something from these guys,
I think there's a chance
and
that
she.
we don't actually know what the doctor's goal was. We just have this person's perspective who was afraid from the very beginning. I mean, I feel that they don't know much of
They
anything.
probably didn't tell everybody everything about the project.
So she
Some-
could have been the goal. We have no
Some
way of
things,
knowing that.
some things to consider.
Mhm.
First, lab was shut down. Was at least shut down since Blight hit. Yes, but Blight did not hit 4 months ago. Blight hit sooner.
Well,
Yes.
At what At what point did he lock himself up? Is there a date for that
Before the
entry?
blight. Well,
Yes, that'll be towards the end.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we should
I
probably
guess
read
we
the
could.
rest.
Okay, we'll
Alright.
move forward.
So you move to the next entry. The next entry says, my worst fears have been confirmed from what I've seen today. The ICANN test on the record, this date gives a date time entry, that the doctor is harvesting mana from the test subjects to power a gate inside the vault. This goes against everything I believe in ethically, as far as how my background in the arcane arts, and I do not know what the doctor's end goal is, but he's not here, and I can't get a hold of anybody.
Sometimes you were in vault. You no see
We haven't done that
gate.
yet, I don't think.
No, he was in vault.
I think I went.
He
in
was
there
in vault when
briefly.
burial go down.
Oh.
That is how we know about.
Okay.
Was
Yeah.
it box?
Yeah,
It
but
was
I didn't
box.
really.
There was a small
very
box on a
much in
table
there,
in the
clearly.
middle of the thing, and it was magically active.
So,
that's
so
the-
I begin to wonder
Box
if
of hope.
possibly person who writes this is not scientist but magician, mage. In way he talks, it no sound like he has experimental background. He has more touch in magics.
Is that accurate? Do we feel like this is coming from someone who's familiar with science?
After reading this entry, you kind of feel like someone that has some type of magical background, whether it be some kind of theoretical magical background or some practitioner of magic in some way. As the person talks about, hey, this goes against every grain of what I'm used to and what I've learned about magic. This is completely unethical, and how
he's
this
like
is
brought
practiced.
in as magical consultation for the scientists.
His additional possibility is if nanites give magic and I awaken, I have no idea how it happens. But if it does, if nanites have ability to move through hose, then would be no nanite, no magic, no aura in body, and that is what hot hands see in lab, in bodies, in same in Natasha is no
natural. Okay.
right, was not a vacant.
Right.
Yes, that would make sense.
So you keep reading. I will take samples from 3 subjects, see if I can locate nanites. If nanites in system, I should have some ability to find.
Okay.
And which is what I'm going to go ahead and do while Jelly is reading the remainder of the entries.
The next entry says, I've taken upon myself to start to shut down the servers and shut things down. I'm here alone. From what I could tell, the test subjects have been infused with some type of magical catalyst in their blood that quickly burns itself out and leaves a decayed husk behind, which is similar to what you guys have seen, the decaying of the teeth, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know for what reason the doctor was so adamant about this process, but I'm sure it has something to do with what's going on inside the vault. There's something in the vault. I'm not sure what it is. It's a gate or it's something, some portal or some passageway to another place. I'm afraid I'm not going to go anywhere near it, but I'm shutting things down. I have taken a vial of test subject 4's blood, and I have locked it in the filing cabinet in the vault. So if you find this, whoever's reading it, if you can find that vial, it might be able to give you some of the answers of what went on here. I don't think I'm going to make it. The only thing that I can leave behind is what I've experienced and what I've seen and witnessed over the last several weeks in this journal.
So in journal, it does not talk about whether Shadowrun was ever on site again. It says he was conducting experiments, this gate inside vault, but is not he show again. So this person is maybe one who runs. Other thing, with Evo is never set up for hoses to go anywhere else. Stuff involved must be somehow created at least after I leave. So could happen afterwards. But if 4 months experiment begins, is very quick to connect, but maybe hoses go into vault.
I just thought of something on how we might be able to get into the vault.
Well, share it.
All right. So Dave, if I remember right, the vault just had a biometric scanner, not necessarily an eye scanner or.
It was some type of biometric. There was there was like a fishbowl kind of orb thing there that you could kind of see through. But you saw that the light was on inside the vault, but it had some type of scanning mechanism inside.
Almost sounds like the Star Wars.
kind of, yeah.
Can I flip through this journal real quick and see if there's a strand of hair, any kind of DNA left over?
Give me a perception roll. It's a good idea.
Then you just have to hope it's a DNA sniffer.
I mean, he seemed to.
Here, let me add on to your roll.
Right, with the intention of the person who finds this possibly gaining access to the vault. So obviously.
So you're helping me.
But wait, there's more. Call on out.
Does anybody else want to help me?
I'm upstairs.
Can we all help you do scrapings from the book? Realistically,
I'm mainly just.
I'll let one person help out.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's kind of carefully kind of go through it.
Oh, I'm good then. 3.
She got 3. All right. You find a single strand of hair, a single strand of blonde hair between 2 of the pages. Go, maybe this will help.
Before you go run,
He starts eating it.
This is hair.
Tastes like vanilla.
before we open the vault, we need to finish the journal.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're at the end of the journal.
Also, if this is right after we found the journal, you still need to rest before we take any more chances. You know what I mean? So, because obviously, if we can't just go straight from finding the journal to reading the journal to testing the hair. Because we don't know what we're going to encounter in there.
I figure it's been a day or 2 since we found the journal.
As excited as you may be, Hot Hands, I think we really need to take this slow.
If you think I wouldn't throw my life away for a curiosity.
Well, if you continue to read, right?
We'll finish the book. I'm going to carefully
the
put
next
this
entry
somewhere.
says, I went down to the lab to start pulling things apart. Test subject 7 is no longer in for bed.
Oh dear.
I don't have access to the outside cameras, but this is not good. I know there are dogs upstairs of a strange form. There are strange dogs upstairs that guard the perimeter.
There's some fucked up dogs.
If she's gotten out, I don't know. I can't imagine what fate she may face. But I'm more bewildered to the fact that something has caused her to actually get up and move about the premise.
She bonded with the symbiote.
Is there more? If not, I have a...
She says, the person says, in my mind, I think it's a she. I know it's a she, but she says, I'm going to continue to shut things down and move all pertinent files into the vault and lock myself in hopes that somebody shows up. I don't think anyone's going to show up, but I would think at some point the doctor might return to gather his findings. I'm afraid of what's inside the vault, but I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to leave behind in this book a list of access codes that someone can use to gain access to the vault, and hopefully use the information found therein to right what may have been wrong here. And that's the end of the entry, and it's signed off by someone named Alora.
So that was entry 7, so it didn't have 8 entries.
The 8th entry is a list of credentials and workarounds for the vault and the computer terminal.
So you can eat that hair, Hot Hands.
Thank God.
So it shows an access code. It shows an override. It shows a typed override for the biometrics on the vault, and it shows access credentials, admin access to the network on site. But you guys have taken out the storage array,
right.
So you by looking at it, you would think, okay, this is what we would use to actually gain access, and it shows in the credentials it uses her name, Alora.
Well, and those the ability to gain access would allow us to crack the modules wherever we take them. Or it
Yeah,
should.
we need that either way.
Yeah.
So the name is Alora Jameson.
So, just for timeline purposes, so this last entry you said was 4 months ago?
No, the oldest one was 4 months.
Okay,
ago.
and then how long ago was the newest one?
So each one, there were 8. So this span. So the oldest, the most recent one was 2 months from now.
Okay,
So there were 8 entries over the course of 8 weeks.
Over January and February.
Yep.
MF,
Yes.
with our bad mixed magical and biotech knowledge, what do you think the likelihood that if this test subject got out 2 months ago,
Yes, I was wondering same
What?
thing.
if some kind of nanite weird mixed virus got into the world and spread, something that causes a combination of technology and magic to combine? Well, now I don't really think the astral plane probably like that. That sounds like something that might cause a rejection or perhaps an immune response to happen.
Wouldn't there be more of these husks around?
Question is, maybe
It depends
Maybe
on how
not.
it infects.
Are you talking about the blight?
Is what I think he is thinking.
I mean,
If-
the trees, the grass, you could call those husks.
if this spread, if this is the epicenter, and she has been wandering aimlessly, there's no telling how many people she came in contact with. She might have even not seen anybody for weeks.
Well, shit, we breathed her air.
When you guys discovered Natasha, she was on her way back to the facility.
So
We don't know
We
where
don't-
she was going.
Right,
She
you
was
don't know where
blind
she's
and walking.
been. She's like, I need to get back, because she thought that there were others that she
That she
needed
was supposed
to try and help.
Yeah.
what would this do to somebody who wasn't magically active or something?
I
Well,
don't
we-
know, but
They'll
she
keep
was
it.
she
We
was
know.
out 2
Yeah.
months. She could not see. She
How'd
eats.
she feed herself?
I
How'd she-
I am
yeah.
uncomfortable, but maybe we need to do autopsy. At least tear open
I'm
stomach.
glad I'm upstairs.
It's not like you can't hear
Can
us.
you bring
I
that?
won't be able to smell it.
Can you bring the corpse down for us?
Yeah,
real
you're
quick,
closest
Nomad?
to the corpse.
Nomad, will you go get Natasha corpse and bring down to lab?
Did you bring that body down? Out there, that body's still down there by the truck.
I'm on lookout duty.
Don't
besides, I left my suit in my other.
Sorry, I'm on
pants
lookout.
case.
I'm on guard right now. Can't.
Oh, look, the body's gone as you're kicking the dirt on
Break
it.
up.
I think some wild dogs came and dragged her off.
Is that crows taking it away?
Just out there burning it.
So they're dragging it off.
So,
shit.
how does blight look in astral? Is look same? Is maybe not?
It has
Could
a
you-
really faint astral aura. There's something astrally active with
Eat
it.
everything?
Yes.
So when you look astrally, the world, the Gaia-sphere of the planet
Mhm.
has a certain aura about it, right? And it's this impermeable thing that you can't go through. But there's like this dull kind of. It looks different than the shades of gray and everything else that you see. It helps you differentiate the world is and what everything around it is. In this blighted area, and the times that you've actually perceived it, that natural kind of that ambient kind of light, if you will. It's not really a light, but it's a different shade of gray. Has become darker because the life has been drained out of it. It is more like that flat, dark shades of gray that you see in inanimate objects now. No longer does it have that living kind of essence to
Luster.
it. Right, exactly.
Hot hands, look at bodies on table, and then compare it in mind's eye, or maybe go up top and look at stuff around. Does have look same? Is astral look same or aura?
I mean, I'll look at the bodies again. I mean, there was no aura in them.
Yeah, the bodies
before.
have there's no life force there. There's no astral signatures there.
Before
They're
they killed them, they would have just had like a living glow. I mean,
Well,
if you
no,
ever
if
look
they-
at
The question I have, what I'm trying to ask him is, do the husks on the tables look like the trees and the grass and the ground up top?
It would be better to compare LT to them because they're deceased. the things above are still alive, even though they look like shit.
But we've already seen LT, and he is awake.
Right, but does any of his colors... I do not understand how all of this mojo works, but are the colors on LT, do they match what the trees look like?
You have astral synesthesia? You see colors?
What?
I do see astral colors. Let me see here. If I look at, actually, I'd be curious to see what it would look like where his astral form is touching where his body is touching his rig.
Okay.
Like what the interaction between those two looks like.
Oh, he's talking about the
vehicle
head
control.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there anything strange? Because I'm sure
no, it's just cyberware implant.
Yeah.
So it's just it's just a different shade of gray. It's just all these different variants of grays and blacks and darks, right? You don't get bright colors in the astral plane. Mm-hmm. Magic, shows up as a different illumination, right? It has something other than the grayscale illumination. Mm-hmm. So does the world, but at a very, very, very faint. You get this, this eminence, like, okay, cool, this is the world. But when you look at LT has a faint magical aura that he never had before. He appears to be some type of dual-natured creature.
Well, I think next step is let me rest up, and then we should get in that vault.
So another thing to note that'll come to mind is that while when you encountered Natasha, her eyes had cataract over, which is common in the ghoul virus. LT's eyes have not cataract over. They became the whites of his eyes turned black. Mm-hmm. If you look at the test subjects that are still on the tables, their eyes are cataract over.
Well, I thought the test subjects were all black except her. Okay, they're all cataract.
They were I remember
cataract.
that.
So they are. Oh, all right. I misunderstood that last time.
Yeah, they're all cataract. Give me a biotech roll, MF.
Okay. So I have 4.
So
5 success.
So with 5, you think that by looking at from what you've seen with LT and what you've seen on these and in your in this time that you spent researching that whatever was used on the subjects, right, was fast acting and also quickly had a very short half-life. So it was very quickly deteriorating virus as well, meaning it burned itself out really quick. So if there was some type of astrally active component introduced into their physiological bodies, it burned itself out pretty quick. And you think about the old, the first cell phone battery was this battery that it was really big. This guy had basically based off of a Star Trek episode, and it lasted something like 11 seconds or something. And it burned itself out really quick, but it gave him telecommunication. All right, this cellular it was the invent of the cellular phone. As you're kind of looking at this, starting to put things together, you're like, if it's a virus, it's fast acting. You've seen it under the microscope where the cell walls quickly started to take shape and start to mutate. It's a fast acting, probably burns itself out really quickly.
I will be back. And I'm going to go up. I'm going to grab a couple of different pieces of biology from outside.
Okay.
I thought you meant you're a couple pieces of Natasha.
That's what I was thinking.
And I was like, oh,
a couple more straps, back strap.
But I'm going to grab the grass. I'm going to grab a leaf. I want to grab say 4 or 5. What I want to do is I want to bring them back down, put them under the microscope, and see if they have the cell wall hardening that is happening in the bodies.
Okay. All right. So you bring. All right.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and then I'm gonna start healing.
All right.
Unless because that's everything in the journal, right?
Yeah. There's everything in the journal. And over the course of this 9 days, you guys can all heal back to full.
Oh, okay.
So you go out and grab a few things. Pretty easy for you to find some foliage somewhere.
Right. The idea is just different things. I don't want to grab 8 blades of grass.
Right.
There's no reason to. Just
give me a memory test.
Are there any worms or snails?
Well, there's something
Ooh.
that you might remind yourself of.
How about 4?
There are also the dogs.
Yep.
All right. So not only do you have Natasha's body, but you also have the bodies of the dogs.
How many? 2?
There were
2 dogs.
There were 2 dogs.
We could probably
take a slice off of each of them. Just a chunk of meat that I can bring back.
Yeah.
In here.
A chunk of dog meat. Are you cutting some more parts off of Natasha?
No, I didn't even think to go get her.
Okay.
Hard cut to Natasha's corpse.
We're down there
covered with ash.
Every scene goes back, and we should have that in the podcast. Every so often, there's a picture of the
less of the body. Right?
Nice little, that's our little time skip. It's just a way of her like slowly caking more ash on.
You know how they do those with the decaying creature with the worms and all that?
Yeah.
There's no worms, though. I mean, she's probably going to be preserved. The corpses down below are preserved, so maybe she doesn't degenerate.
Gross. But also, does she?
I'll tell you, over the course of 9 days, you would normally get the rigor mortis, the decomposition of the organs, things like that, the smell,
bloating.
right? That's not happening.
Gross.
No, her body's not warm, but she's not stiff either. And so something is preserving her body in some natural state.
Unnatural state.
Well, which is very unnatural.
Possibly supernatural state.
Yes.
Do we have access on our headsets or our phones to like call out? The matrix is down, but does that mean phones are down too, correct?
At one point you were able to communicate. There were communication lines that were open. When you try and connect now, it's you don't. Okay. There's now you are completely disconnected.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah. Well, good, because I was just thinking
we were on the run.
It would be good to call some contacts and see if anybody's like
phone a friend.
Satellite imagery shows multiple explosions in
the world's watching you guys.
The
world's watching you guys on satellite, Trid. Look at these guys down here in California.
The dark web with Shadowrun's gone wrong.
World's dumbest Shadowrun.
Yeah. Just a nice zoom on me walking over to the rubble with a rocket.
Look at this guy cutting pieces off this dead chick.
That rubble seen enough damage.
Look at that dwarf zombie. So,
dwarf zombie.
Do you think we need to excavate any of the ghoul corpses? Do you think that's worth our energy?
Out of building? Yes. If you can bring sample, yes.
I will not be doing this, but...
That's the guy that I put that extra rocket into the other day?
You mean the building that I thoroughly demolished?
Yes, if it's infected. So... Concerns come to mind. We were in truck with Natasha. We did not get anything that immediately changed us. It would be time now for you to astral all of us. A sense. All of us to see. It is at least start point.
Well, nobody swapped spit with her, so we should all be fine.
But it is LT.
But what I say is because is only one vector into bodies then. At least for now it seems to be transference of moisture.
Those are known as bodily fluids. Very good.
Alright, I'll quickly just googly eyes Jelly and Nomad.
Okay.
No new
malady, nothing
no new awakenings.
Health wise,
So is concern for me if I think in terms of environment. If we believe that virus plus Halberstrand nanites cause blight, how is blight spread through animals, through plants, through ground, and not through us? How are we resilient to this?
Well, MF, the intricacies of how a virus mixed with nanites could spread from human or otherwise to the environment is unfortunately out of my scope and more in your wheelhouse. So I leave that to you.
Yes, is not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to work. It should work that a computer virus affect nanite, not pathogenic normal biosphere virus should not affect nanite or other way around. But if it instills awakened to people's or creatures or takes away from plants.
Are there any viruses to date that affect people or I guess meat and plants?
I don't know. I know our viruses, many viruses that cross animal lines, go pig to bat to human.
Pig to tree is not something that's common.
Well, is not something I know, but
this thing is natural.
My time in botany class was mostly looking at ignore. So botany is not something I have much knowledge of.
He
You
slept
would have
through
botany.
those classes.
I would, but what if we're not dealing with something from this world?
What if this gate is like an astral black hole of sort, and it just sucks in astral energy from beyond what their original experiment
It could
was?
be.
If
Could be.
if Alora is alive somehow, I mean,
Still inside Vault
we don't know what kind of abilities she has.
No.
I mean, are there stasis spells?
is concerned too. Is small one, but Laura Jameson is maybe Hot Hands would know. Is how you say the porn star? Yes, on Twitter. His name I hear before is not in circles.
Is that real, Dave?
I don't know.
Is
You
Is
just
that really a
making
porn
this
star
up?
name? I mean, I made that name up. I mean,
is not today that I know of. But
All right.
Jameson is.
sure. Could be a relative, right?
The far view. Well,
Only Barry would put those two talks together.
It's like
It could be a porn name, dude.
I don't know.
It's just concerned. I wonder if maybe
Mad scientist porno, right?
It's moonlighting.
Gotcha.
Or
Stuff
it's
involved.
extra monies to run home experiments.
Right, okay.
I'm just gonna move forward from that. Let's.
But he's concerned.
Now that you're healed up, should we look into the vault?
It would be the next step.
Well, just say in the journal that Alora
Has given us a way in.
took a vial of the blood and stashed it in the filing cabinet.
So let's go get
how
that.
about for me as all of the healing and stuff is going on? What am I seeing as far as the plants? By noticing the cell wall, because it's completely different cells
So,
in plants as
yes.
it is in humans.
The cells in the plants are completely emaciated and like everything's been sucked right out of them. There's nothing
But they're
left.
not hardened like I'm seeing in the human
No,
species stuff.
Like they started out wanting to just feed the gate the human energy, and then this guy messed with the experiment, or this girl rather messed with the experiment.
So,
and
question is, if Gate is
This
still
mutant
pulling,
messed with
and
it.
if Gate is pulling all magics from world, the blight would be growing.
Didn't the lake look weird?
Well, the blight is growing as far as we know.
But didn't the lake look something was wrong with it?
I don't.
That's a way that
do not
this
remember.
any kind of virus could be passed through water, the water cycle. This is a big ass lake next to a crazy weird science lab.
Yes, but how did virus get into water to get into everything else? And then again, his idea, if I have tree that grow on this land and it gets infected, how is tree done in Truckee getting infected?
If it's in the water system, then the water from this lake is going to go everywhere. It'll eventually end up anywhere on Earth.
Yes, but not in growing circles. It would do in spots like flying ants. They drop in other places. They build colony, but they don't build in single growing mass. So I think maybe if his gate here is maybe everything is being sucked into gate, we need get involved.
Okay.
I'm remembering something. Erin, the little girl.
Yes,
Well, she was magically awakened.
she was powerful.
She was powerful.
For being so little, she has no right be that powerful, that little.
And she didn't seem to know how to control it, and it seemed pretty new to her.
Yes.
What if she was infected?
She didn't have. Well, did she have weird teeth?
I
We
didn't
didn't
check her
look.
teeth.
But it
I
didn't.
sat
but
right
it didn't
next to her.
stand out.
I would have smelled her smelly breath.
And it wouldn't. And it didn't stand out to us. I wouldn't think so. But it doesn't. So we already know that Natasha.
Maybe some people
drop
just
into
take to
voice.
it better than others.
We know Natasha has different reaction. It's not all people's time. Most virus in big infect is 97 to 99% kill rate. Not kill everyone. So virus maybe infect little girl. Maybe no, she was too old. But maybe infect and no kill or no drain or no hardened walls.
Children are more resilient, bounce back from things a lot easier.
Who was after her? There was a corporation after her. It was it the Aztecs?
As technology.
Is that right?
We don't know. Do we actually know that they were after, or do we know that we got attacked?
It wasn't Aztec, it was Ares.
Someone busted into her house and she escaped. They took her parents.
Know if we knew what.
Give me a memory
roll.
Give me a memory test.
I don't remember.
Because I remember you guys saw that on the feed.
All right, wait. Before we all go rolling, who's specific? Oh,
I have
she asked us,
photographic
though,
memory.
And I looked into her mind for that, didn't I?
Oh, didn't you? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you did. Yeah, you did the mind probe. Yeah.
So I have
you did
4
the mind probe.
successes.
It's actually the only one that can make the roll is Hot Hands.
Okay.
If you guys
He's the
want to
only
try
one.
and...
No, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
No,
they-
that's why I was asking
yeah.
who made the roll.
Can they help me or like...
No, because
what?
you're the only one that
Read her
saw it, and you were just telling everyone else what you saw.
Let me... Yeah, so I can use 3 of those for
a guaranteed success. Do you have a 4 on your rolls?
No, or I can try and re-roll. Oh, here, let me try and re-roll with my 1 edge.
If you okay.
But do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Use
one
edge.
re-roll so I can see if I can get a 4. Nope.
I would say spend the 3 and get us 1 guaranteed.
So I have 2 then.
Okay, so you have 2. So you remember that when you did the mind probe, the people that came into the room, right, as Aaron was trying to hide under the bed, right, wore the same uniforms as the people you encountered at the farmhouse.
Okay, so they were Aztec. They were as technology.
They were not as technology.
No? I thought.
No.
Oh wait.
No, they were.
Oh shoot.
It's a fist. Give me a sec.
Hold on, before you look through your notes, for a point of karma, who can remember who it was?
That's what it was. It was
I can tell you.
Wait.
This
I'm gonna give it to Sequoia. She nailed it. It was an eco-terrorist group.
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
That's a point of edge. Point of edge.
Point of edge.
Yeah, point of edge. So, yeah, there was an eco-terrorist group.
Oh.
Close enough. Green War.
Green War.
Greenpeace? No. Yeah, no, it was an eco-terrorist group. Yeah,
Okay.
close enough.
They're not peaceful.
No,
So
they're
it's
not.
possible if they found out about this, got any kind of data, they could have been. If this is related.
If it's related, then it means it's related to the portal in the wall, and it's related to why they wanted Pearl to go there.
Everything we deal with except.
There's another point of edge. Sequoia just put huge dots together.
Say that again
everything,
for
everything is connected except chickens.
What did you
Yeah.
say?
The cockatrice. How did the cockatrice fit in all this?
Well, if we had picked those people up, maybe we would know.
You probably would have found out. You know.
Concern would be is if Greenwald does not directly work with Halberstram, how did they find out the situation? How did they find out what he was doing to go after girl to...
What if Alora had some contacts?
Because
Are
Laura's.
they the ones who sent for us? Who had us bring spirit?
Yes.
Yes.
That is what you think?
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Alejandro is the leader of Green War.
Alejandro.
She's not the leader.
Or
She's
she's one
way
of
up
the-
the chain.
Alejandro works
And
with
we knew
Green
we found
War.
that out for sure.
Yes, we know
found
that
that
for
I
sure.
apologize. It's been weeks
And we
since
know
I
that
don't
they were
remember.
trying to collect Aaron, and that they were the ones who tracked us to the zoo as well.
Okay.
So we just need to find something that ties them to this place. And
I don't think we need to. But again, it's question to answer. Question is, does Greenwald and woman do they know of situation, or are they just luck of being there at first? They maybe figure out. We figure out something. We don't know what is figured out, but we have some answers. Maybe they have more answers.
Is Halverstrom one to sell research for money? I don't know anything about that guy.
I would not know. He is brilliant, but
Okay, let's get into the vault, because on the chance that Alora is still alive somehow, magically or otherwise, she's gonna have answers.
so we must consider vault in total could be entry back to this. In total, could be whole thing. Even though you went in, could be. So as we open, we no rush in. Yes.
Yes.
Fine.
All right. So for workaround, who do you want to? Nomad?
I can go enter it in.
I mean, so, okay, worst case, you guys get sucked into Dis.
Is worst case, yes. Is very worst case.
What would be useful in there? Would it be combat
The
skills?
vial. We need the vial of blood.
We need the
No. I no means that. I mean who opened the door. I just say no one run in. I say to hot hands, no rush in.
I'll say I'll open the door.
This is why I was saying no.
Yeah.
Maybe someone like. Say,
But this is what reason
Yeah.
that. So let's just take a second. Let's stretch this out and play all the pieces that
yes.
So we open this door. It is a portal to Dis.
Yes.
Whoever's there maybe gets sucked in. We
No.
should not all be in that room.
I will say the portals we have found required quite an effort to
Is
get
more
through.
push. Even with Pearl, was more push than pull.
You'll
You also remember
know.
that anytime that you got close to for you guys are magically active, you started feeling physical effects of it.
So we have
it makes sense for Nomad to go.
Yeah. We have a litmus, so we'll have Hot Hands and Nomad and go open the vault, and then we'll just proceed inch by inch. No rushing. And I'm gonna grab you by like your shirt. No fucking rushing.
How tall are you again?
Really tall.
Really tall. Okay, so we probably are either.
You're probably the tallest.
Yeah, I
Elves are really tall.
yeah, I have Jelly
Not
as
particularly tall though.
yeah, Jelly's 6'4".
I'm only 6'2", so I look up to you a
Yeah,
little bit.
and I shake
forget
you.
that. For some reason, I thought you were smaller, but yeah.
No.
That's it.
Like I always envisioned like elves as being like NBA player tall.
Yeah,
like,
right.
exactly.
And general thickness too. Really thin.
They're lanky, right? Like Manute
Yeah.
Bowles, you know. But
Right.
he was a 7.
You're not going to
Yeah.
see the Karl Malone or
Right,
the
right.
Shaquille O'Neal elf.
No,
very often.
you're gonna see the
The Manute Ball,
Kevin
the Kurt
Bird,
Rambis,
Larry
you know.
Bird.
Bradley.
Oh.
What was his name?
All right.
Sean
Joe.
Bradley.
yeah.
I'll behave. Maybe.
Okay, and then
He's hot hands on vault door on entry is no aura, no. Is a sense is nothing.
at this
Not
point it's
anymore.
all gone, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we are fine in
Lab.
No. I think we are fine in office area around vault. We just have one person open vault, and then we get open. We look. More eyes on direct. It's good we get to see through Nomad's camera, but often it's better to see direct.
So then,
And I know I have headache. Hot hands.
no. So
Inside astral, inside vault, no headache.
no. So Nomad will open. I'll be in the room with him.
I think all.
I assumed you were still downstairs.
No, I
No.
will come up. We are
No.
talking downstairs.
No, I mean,
We are
I
still
assume
in lab.
you're
Look.
still going to be in the lab.
When I
So
heard
if
the
you want to
word
come
vault,
up, then...
I'm already.
He just
different.
ran.
So I
No,
say
you're
like,
outside.
He heard the word
No.
vault, didn't
I
hear
was.
the word let's go slow.
you're looking for that sweet payoff, so that you can just skedaddle.
So Jelly, I go with your choice, but I think we all in. We just pull back, have Nomad open door, do end around for the door, and then get open, and we go there. And no one run in.
Okay.
I'm looking at you.
I'll behave.
All right, then I think we're prepared.
So all four of us are going to go up?
Okay, so all 4 of you going
I really want to try that hair.
to the admin level.
Right,
of the
which
vault.
is so one level down from ground level.
Yep.
Going up to the admin level. It's the
Up.
first sub. Yeah,
The first
but it's
sub-level,
the first
yes,
sub level.
yes.
We're in the lab. The second sub level. We're going up to the first sub level.
Going to the admin.
Going to the office
Administration.
areas.
All right.
And again, when we go in there, I'm going to look around and look what I'm now thinking in terms of is, I think the lab was closed down. More and more, I'm thinking the lab was closed down, and these people realized it was closed down and came in here. Halberstram and whoever else he had involved, Alora and whoever else he had involved. And they really didn't disturb anything they didn't need to disturb. That's what I'm thinking. So as we're going in there, one of the things I'm going to do is look around the room to see. Again, I realize there's not piles of dust and I'm mowing the dust.
Right.
But does it look like it's pretty much the office in general has been unused? That's
Yes.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So as you theoreticize, you're like, the more you kind of take that into account, the more that seems probable.
Okay. So I will mention what is as I saw it. If you look around, is not many. So lab has been shut for time. I don't know this is Evo actually doing. I don't know if Evo even knows what is going on here.
I mean, it's worth a guess that this has even maybe been taken over in the past by maybe even Green War.
Well, not directly. You would have heard Evo
wouldn't-
have some response.
It wouldn't. I mean, assuming that Evo is not party to it.
Assuming that they know
Yes,
something.
yes. I see what you mean. You mean take over secretly. Yes, I think so too. And I think possibly Vault. Oh no, drop barrier maybe is not as we thought. No concern. Bless you. Is not maybe no concern. Is maybe big concern.
I like the way he says that.
He's on it today.
Maybe possibly is Greenville. We may be short on time.
We know that they have magical trackers set up. The barrier that we dispersed here, is it the same as the one that was on the truck? Would that look similar?
No, the truck was a transmitter.
Well,
there was
when the door broke. And
there
then,
was a
So
barrier.
that was just a magical board.
Yeah.
It was a magical
So
barrier.
there'd be no way to tell
is
unless
leaves
they're
this
both here.
in
They don't
my
have, like, a part
mind? It
number on
leaves
it.
with two ideas. Idea one: Greenwater is opportunistic and comes and takes over as soon as they figure out what is going on, which means barrier could be them, could not. Option two: Greenwater is involved directly with Halberstram and Lisa Laura, and they have been there from the beginning, and then absolutely the barrier is theirs. Either way, we have to consider is that maybe at some point they come back. It doesn't mean immediate, but it means possible. So
we should hurry.
we yes, but not rush in. Right, you're going in the magical vault and you set the shotgun.
Yeah,
I
Mage
wish-
with a shotgun.
I wish Decker was still here. I have a question for him.
Oh yeah. Well, there's
Several
So
questions.
when you guys came out of the portal,
Mhm.
after when you came out, there was no gate when you came out. You just came out and like you were just there,
Well,
so like we
he-
know there was a
he-
gate at the farm.
Right, he would not know he was unconscious. I
Oh,
get it.
yeah, that's right.
But no, is we come out and is no contact. We were in second floor of hotel.
That was like a one-way trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
we
that's what-
drop
yeah,
out.
that's
It's nothing.
So the only known gates are potentially the farmhouse.
There was
here.
an active gate in the root cellar of the farmhouse.
That's the only one that we know of.
Yeah, that's the only one that
I mean, there could be
really know.
hundreds, but that's
You
the
saw
only one we know of.
Cece get sucked into some type of astral rift.
Mm-hmm.
That
Nomad
quickly
didn't.
closed up and
I was
left nothing
asleep.
behind.
Right,
And yeah, that's
and I wouldn't have called that a gate.
Yeah.
Let's
That
Gate,
when
I mean,
she
so
was
a lot
in,
of those things. So
Yeah.
it's been referred to as a gate in the journal, portal, gate, rift.
Right.
All those kinds of things could mean the same thing depending on who you ask.
Okay, so Nomad, go take journal. Go.
Okay, so you guys go up to admin, find a terminal, easy enough to do.
Before we get to this point, sorry, one more thing.
Oh, we never get off stairs.
No, this
Should-
is on the elevator right up.
Yeah.
What
Remember, it's the
elevator?
long-
No,
No,
we're
remember-
going up the ramp.
You guys keep hitting the stop button. Hold on.
The
Hold on.
longest elevator.
The longest elevator
ride
ever.
We are not on move. We're still in the lab discussing. We need to bring the cores inside if we're going to leave the truck completely alone. And we need to put them somewhere safe.
Good idea. I will run out because I can get. Yes, I cannot remember.
8.
Are there one or two? Were there one or two
There's 8.
No,
of the push cart?
There's
Oh, one cart.
there's one cart, but there was a shelf on top. You had, I think you had 4 arrays.
Yeah, I'm just
That
trying to
you
remember. Could I do it alone or do somebody?
You do
Yeah,
it alone.
yeah.
You do it
All
alone.
right, so I will run
Well,
up.
Nomad's out there still.
And you got enough time.
What?
We're talking about all this
I'll
is
go
taking
back
place
up.
over the
Nomad's
course of
poking a
9
taco
days.
with
So
a
we will
stick.
bring them in. I say, do we bring them?
Yeah, I
do
can
we
grab
bring
them on my
them
way.
to admin level or do we bring them down to the lab?
Well, you would put them back in the server
Well,
racks.
That's not what you're saying.
Eventually, but right now,
If
Wait,
you want to hook
wait,
them
wait,
back up.
yeah.
wait. You're not saying put data cores back in.
Oh.
Just bring in so it's
Just
not in
protect
sitting
them.
truck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha, okay.
Yes. So bring down just in case something happens with Vault.
Yeah,
bring
they
down
probably
to
should go to the lab. Yeah.
And
okay.
I will return.
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
Now sitting in the elevator. Okay.
Now we're in the elevator. Well, let me think for a second.
Stop button again.
I'm
One
gonna.
more thought.
No, this elevator goes as long as it needs. It's a magically awakened elevator.
Everyone to the elevator now. Group meeting.
Unless you
No.
think about it directly, everyone's in the elevator and out of the elevator at all
Oh, yeah.
times. Anyways, I'm gonna write a little note, and just in case, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. Just if you come here and you find all of these half-finished projects. This is kind of what's going on.
Okay, so you're gonna start to
Are
leave
you
something.
handwriting the note?
Kind of what you found in the journal.
Oh, these take forever.
You're carrying stuff, and I'm just
Oh,
gonna
you're
jot,
doing
you know, just bullet points like weird virus, don't kiss anybody, don't ingest anybody's blood.
Don't go in the vault.
Watch out for the housing area. There's maybe an evil ghoul monster
The
there.
building is crumbled.
If you mention that, no, I made sure that's not there.
Yeah, and I would just leave it like probably on.
You kind of leave a note, a warning behind to anyone else that might come across. In the event that you guys end up somewhere else.
Leave it at a spot that someone can find it, even with just
and I will
on a
mention,
search.
Write it all over the wall.
No, I'm
lipstick.
just gonna stick it like on a desk, just on legal pad or whatever.
And then cast a magical electrical elemental on it.
Yeah, I would not. No, I'm not gonna booby trap the help.
We got
Alora.
That was a good trap. Bam. Never have to
Alora.
read it. It blew up in the process.
This note will self-destruct.
Now.
Okay, alright, now we are in the elevator going
Push
to the
the
admin.
Ding.
Alright, so continue to ride
Why
up.
we're taking an elevator.
It's going to close space to get everyone's attention. Alright, so you're back up at admin. You log on using the credentials, alright? You're able to gain access, right? So now you feel like you've got access. From there, what are you trying to accomplish?
Is the vault open?
Yeah,
You can unlock the vault.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's Nomad.
No, man, you.
From admin, though, we're
I'm
not
gonna
at the
link-
vault.
Well, we're on a computer
I'm gonna
terminal.
link-
You can unlock
So-
the vault from
Okay, so I will go down.
You have admin level access to
No.
No,
the building.
stay
Okay.
on Z's level.
We are all
We can
on
unlock the vault
yes.
from the vault.
Yeah, we're on a terminal
We're
right now.
not unlocking it, and then it's open, and now we're going to go down.
No, you're
No.
at the admin level. The vault is on the admin level.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe I do. Nomad cannot figure a vault.
No, you stay on hot hands.
All right.
Nomad.
Let's get that baby open.
So
So I'll-
is anyone standing next to the vault when you unlock it?
I
Just
want to
him.
be.
Me.
Just him.
Okay.
And that's why
So
we're
I'll-
all standing on hot hands behind.
I'm kind of
Oh.
following the workarounds that are indicated in the journal and entering the codes as specified.
Very simple, straightforward instructions. Do a manager level override, admin level override.
Really, the admin password is 1.
Oh, password
1.
with a 3 for the it's W3RD. Right? Yeah. That's weird. Right. So, but yeah, it's something simple. You're like, oh, okay.
All right, so
It says
here
here
the
the
codes.
birthday. What?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Cucumber.
So, you feel like you've gained access to the vault.
Aubergine.
The vault door doesn't open up, but you hear something,
All right.
right?
So I'll stash the journal for now and draw my pistol, set it to kill.
I like the idea of on the side. It's just like you scratched whatever was there and just wrote "kill."
They just chunked different bullets into place.
Set it for kill. There's some stun here on it. Whatever comes outside of that thing, you shoot it, okay?
Kill or kill slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so does it have like a lever?
Yeah, it's got one of the big,
Yeah.
it's got one of the big things where you're just like, it doesn't spin around like forever. Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, it's great.
It's just a big, like, big huge lever, and you push it, and it,
Very unsatisfying.
and it opens up.
Okay,
like
so-
you can basically pull the thing open.
Oh, yeah, so it's a latch as opposed to
Yes.
basically the ship wheel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Start to spin it, and it doesn't spin. And
So as you open this thing up, and on the other side there's
You should look
there's a
now.
vault.
You should look now, Astro. You should look now.
I should go into it.
No, you should look.
Okay, I'll turn on my Google
As
Eyes
he's
for the
opening it.
opening.
Okay. So what you see is there are filing cabinets that line the perimeter, right? Single row deep, from floor to about a 6-foot height, right? And there's a small square table in the middle of a room, and on top of the table there is a small box. Right? Think of it like the the old like Hellraiser puzzle box. It's about the same kind of thing,
I want that
Terrible
box.
thing
I
to
do
compare
not
it
want the
to.
box.
right? Yes.
I don't
You're
wanna
like, wait a minute, whoa, hold on.
No Hellraiser, no thanks.
And so as you're asked to perceiving it, you see that this thing is. Go and give me
A sensing.
yeah, and a sensing test, just to, take it all. Right.
I
then
do
what-
not know why I know this, but it looks like Cenobite box.
You've seen it in the movies, the old movie Hellraiser. It doesn't look like that. It's small and has writing on it, but it doesn't look like the Chinese book. But it's about the same size.
Does Nomad see anything funky in there besides the filing? Is there a body in this room?
There's not a body in this room.
Are there any other doors?
Nope.
4.
Okay. So this thing is. Let me look at my magical.
Information
Yeah,
unlocked.
let me look at my magical cheat sheet
Would
here.
you like to know?
Welcome.
Who's got the magic one? Let's see. Where did the
Welcome.
The magic one?
Right. This right here.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Here we go. All right. So with 4, you get the general state of the subject health, which is not applicable.
It's a good box. It's a healthy box.
It's healthy.
So it is a rich in. It's more powerful. The magical rating of the device is higher than yours, and it is some type of sustaining focus.
So I'm the a-hole who's not as strong as a box. I'm gonna kill
your
this
magic's
box.
5, right?
Yeah.
Right, so
Can't
it
tell
is.
what it's
It is some type of sustaining receptacle, a magically active sustaining receptacle that has a higher magical rating than your 5.
I wonder if that's what they're funneling all them soul juice into.
What do you see?
Well, I see a very powerful box.
Soul juice?
The magical essence.
He is only seeing. You see
That's-
nothing. And when you go in Astro, is only thing you see was box as well.
Oh, you told me just to Google.
No.
it.
Earlier, when you have been in
Yes.
before,
Yes.
only thing you see is box. So nothing involves no scene area that
You
you
didn't
can
see
push through.
no other astral signatures present.
Okay.
But now I could go in now
So
and look.
before we grab box, we find filing cabinet with blood.
Yes. So, well, actually, I'm
Jelly. Who do you want to go in to get that?
Jelly, please.
My name's
that-
like,
that
fuck
would be
that, man. I want that
stuff.
box.
Jelly,
That's what
please.
we're all trying to hold
Yeah,
them back for.
We know which
Jelly.
filing cabinet it's in, right? We don't have to find it.
I
Jelly.
totally
Yeah.
get that, the awe of like, whoa.
Yep,
So-
we know.
Let me
Yeah.
go in.
I'll give Nomad the nod.
Right.
He's
So, Nomad proceeds over to the shelf on the left where the blood was mentioned to be stored.
We just said, I hit it in one of the filing cabinets.
Oh, that's all it
So
said.
Oh, I
So you
thought
start-
it did say.
I did too.
I thought we knew which, but
Oh, okay, all right. So no problem.
I can dig
go
through
back to
it.
the journal. Which one? Okay, you know, through some
Pull that back
amount
up.
of
Okay, filing cabinet 7.
nondescript amount of effort, you're able to find. So you find it's one of those like foam, nicely seated, and there's a vial in there.
Does it
with-
have a lock on it?
No, it does not have a lock on it. It's got a glass top, and it's like
Little
foam
tiny
underneath,
lock.
and there's a single vial that has a black liquid in it.
All right, so found the blood.
Nomad.
Or at least-
When you
I think
were
it's the
looking,
blood.
when you were looking through other files before you find one that has blood, what is in files? What is in cabinets?
What is the other?
Are there names on the
other
top of the file folders? Are
research
there
in here?
numbers? Like,
So the filing cabinets are labeled alphabetical. They're
So
literally
like you'll
letters.
see through my vision.
A
if you
through
wish,
B.
you
Yes,
can
but
see
it
the
has
names of the-
stuff inside. It
Well-
has folders. It
Yes,
has
it's full of folders and paperwork.
Yeah. So I'm
these
just kinda
these
perusing.
is possibly as much importance as data cores.
okay, so we have.
Now is maybe good thing you sink the no blow bomb off and burn everything.
No rocket entry.
It's a solid idea. Okay, you weren't there. So we have the blood. Let's bring the blood out and then go from there.
I
Roger.
could go in and look at
I'm just
some-
gonna
No,
step
is-
on his foot.
yeah,
I'm just gonna
no,
stomp
no.
on it.
Okay, I think I get what you're putting down.
I'm not turning my back to the box, but I'll make my way out of the room.
Okay.
And then MF go get the blood, and then what are we doing next? We getting the paperwork
So-
out?
He wants
so
to.
Vay.
We want to check the blood out.
Vay.
I mean,
I think
Blood is the
maybe
key.
we all wait and I see what is in blood. If not, I wait and look. But I think we clear files first. If something happens with box, it no destroy everything. I still worry about making profit.
Yes, I think that there are.
Jelly, no. Other two, you must know. I consider quitting job very seriously. If run go well, is proof is work. So far, I think I have to go back from sweat. I do not wish to do this. So it is important we get paid, and we have bills. We have truck. We have trailer. No trailer. We know how to pay for. We have truck.
So yeah, why don't? So we'll do the blood handoff, and then what was your project named?
No, I think we take all.
All of the papers.
I think is best idea.
Realistically, this is like a
We-
ton of paperwork.
You could.
We
load
have
those.
truck.
You have a trailer.
We
could
have
load this.
trailer.
Yeah, you could.
We put in. We take time to clear all. But
Okay, I mean, we
I
have
feel
time.
like Nomad
Jelly,
I could
if
do
you're
that in a
comfortable-
day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Jelly, if you're
Hey.
comfortable, I would like to look and see
Probably.
if project is in there.
There are a total of 22 filing cabinets.
Oh, we could easily do that
All
in
right.
a day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna look at Hot Hands. Do not touch the box until all the. Don't touch the box. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it.
What's his name?
Just
Don't even look at it.
Don't even look at it.
Jelly, if you could take care of these two, get all filing cabinets in trailer, I go work
So-
on blood.
Yes, go.
And then we get together again when we decide what to do with box.
Yes.
And Hot Hands, wait, yes?
Don't touch the
Well,
fucking
I'm
box.
just staring at the box from across the room.
Hot Hands mentioned the box was a sustaining focus, right? So what is it sustaining?
Alora.
We don't know.
I mean, shouldn't that be something we look into before we start unloading these file cabinets?
No.
Or is there no way to figure that out?
If box blow up, if box do something, we lose all profit.
This is what
I
we
could
know.
take
We
the
know.
box outside.
Do not touch the box. Alora is in the vault.
You're
There's
gonna
no
beat those
body
if you
in
touch that
here.
thing.
She said she would be in the vault. We don't know for a
there
fact.
could be a
that she
gate
died.
in the vault, and that's where she went.
Yes,
So
she
Is
said
there a
she was
camera?
in box in vault.
There's not a camera. No.
maybe the box is hiding the big huge gate on the wall somehow or something.
First, filing cabinets out. Don't touch the box.
Don't touch the wall.
And then we will proceed from there.
Okay.
As I am going in there to help
I will
move the
beat
cabinets,
you to
I will be
death.
looking at the walls to see if I see a gate.
Give me a composure test.
Okay.
You're obviously struggling.
I will beat the shit out of you.
Give me a composure test. Now, do you have any flaws that you took with your character that might skew this roll?
Negative qualities
Negative
under there.
qualities.
Can I roll an influence?
Yeah, right.
Don't touch
You know,
the
it
fucking
wasn't
box.
on the list, but curiosity really is one that kind of affects me.
All right, okay.
I don't know if you want me to put that.
So you've been well warned by Jelly not to touch that thing.
Nomad's keeping an eye
But
on
as
I'm
you-
like
as you-
twitching for my bow
As,
staff.
as you're moving in to clear out the things, right? Go ahead and give me a composure test.
I mean, I
David?
have Indomitable and I have Guts, so I'm like, I can handle anything that's
Okay,
thrown at me.
No, I'm an adult here.
Yeah.
Can I counter this with my perception?
Well, let's see what
roll?
happens.
Okay.
Not a single success.
Did you botch?
No, just
He just failed.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, so your curiosities are too much for you to contain.
Gotta touch the box.
You,
So I'll
you
be-
tell me what
so-
you do.
So this is what we're doing. So I won't touch it right away, but what I'm gonna do is,
Poor
as
Nomad.
we're moving stuff, Nomad, I'll be like, well, Nomad, I think we could each push one cart, but I think if we both push separate carts, we could go a little faster. So we'll load them up. And let's go. So I'll wait for. So Nomad will go first.
You're like, I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
Nomad wasn't born yesterday.
All right, fine. So shotgun to the back of Nomad's head. No, it's not that mean. So then, yeah. So I will try and essentially play it off cool to the point where we're both pushing it out, and then, I'm gonna leave my hat in there.
I
that
am
fell off.
standing at the door watching you.
Can I roll judge intent?
I guess what I'm saying is,
To
if
judge.
if I look at the situation the first time we're going
This is
out,
an internal struggle
Yeah.
going on inside of Hot Hand's head.
He just
I'm
starts
I'm
sweating.
basically gonna, for a moment, if you'll want, I'll make a perception check to when I think is the best time where they won't necessarily see me.
So
but-
give me a stealth roll, and everyone else that's in the vault, give me a perception test.
There we go.
The question
So-
I
Fuck you.
have, Jelly, is would you have wanted me to leave while they were loading? I
Yeah.
did say that. Okay, so I will not
Yeah.
be making.
You're down in the lab with the vial.
I will not be making.
I
a
have
perception test.
2 dice for this because I don't have stealth
All right.
because I erased it like an idiot.
You think you're being like, Yeah, she's like, here are the dice I'm rolling.
I got none.
All right.
Oh,
No,
so
it's
close.
almost a critical.
Okay, I got
Okay.
4 successes.
You got 4. Okay. So
Fuck you.
you see Hot Hands clearly struggling.
One.
And so what is it that you do?
Every time he takes
Yeah,
a filing
so-
cabinet out, he looks at it.
Essentially, yeah. As we're going
you
past,
think you think you're in the clear.
here, this is what we do. So we load them up, and as we're going past, I'm just looking at it. I can't resist, and so I push. So I'm imagining that the cabinets stack up a bit.
Well, it's a 6-foot cabinet.
It's a
Yeah.
6-foot cabinet.
So as I go past it, I'm pushing it so the cabinet kind of blocks view
In
between
the
me
box
and
and
Jelly.
like jelly. Okay.
And I just reach. I just want to.
You're watching this go on. You're like, what is this? What does this motherfucker think he's doing?
And so then I'll go past and I'll just I just touch it.
Reach over and just touch it, or you just grab it.
I'm gonna grab it for a second. Oh, this is what I'll do. I'll act like my hat fell off and be like, oh crap, and I'll duck down. And as I'm ducking down, just peering over the table.
And you're looking at how it's going. Does this guy really think that he's gonna pull this wool over
He's got his hand up there. She's got the Jelly's got the stomach on. Whack!
Exactly. I'm gonna whip out my bow staff and just whack him in the head.
Yeah, so,
okay, give me an attack roll.
So I'm bam. You saw through my clever ruse.
Yeah.
So now, Nomad, you've never seen Jelly pull out the beatdown stick.
No.
But every
It's
once in a
scary.
while, there's a threshold, and once the threshold's crossed, it comes out, and it gets relentless.
I got 3 successes.
Ooh.
Okay, so you got 3. You're going to give me a defense roll, basically. Just your natural ability to like, ow, no, please.
Remind me, is that body?
It's intuition plus reaction.
Oh, that was it. So reaction is 2, intuition is 3. Not very.
I think it's
There's a slot for it, yeah.
Oh, there is. Thank you. It's been a little while since I've been shot at. 2.
All right, 2, and you have
3.
3. Cool. So your base damage is your, I think you got it there on your item. And
the
you're
DV.
Yeah.
4S.
4. So and it stages up to 1. So you're
God.
doing a body resistance test
To 5S.
for a 5S, and she's like, bam, just cracks you across
And I
the forehead.
crack him.
Oh, that's a,
Oh!
it's a glitch, but I don't
No,
know if
that's
it
right.
does
Okay,
anything.
you can't glitch on a body roll.
just one.
So you take 5 boxes of stun.
Oh, stun. Okay, cool.
Stun. Like, ow.
2, 3.
Don't touch the fucking box.
Nomad just
I'm
turns
sorry.
and
I dropped my hat, and as I was getting back up, I must have slipped a little. I didn't mean to.
Get.
And I'll look back at it.
Like, Nomad's just staring there wide-eyed when he walks out of the room, like, oh.
Yeah.
And I
Flash
picture
on
it
you.
was like the blink of an eye. His stick was out and whack.
1, you didn't know that staff was there. 2.
And then
Didn't know
it tucks right back
Get that
away.
far, that's-
I picture it looking like a little like fancy pen.
Oh, man.
It's all like, she'd go little retractable stun baton. You're like, bam.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You're like,
Oh my
you
gosh.
hear, it makes a distinct sound when it retracts. So, shink.
So I've been put in my
Alright.
place.
Okay, yes. So you were like grabbing for it, and you're like, you're quickly reminded of your place, right?
Did you see him, Nomad? Did you do the roll?
Yeah, I got 1. So I did see him, but not as
You just
much
watched
as
him
you.
get cracked
Yeah.
across the forehead with this thing, dude. Bam.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Jelly is for real. All right. All right. So you get the filing cabinets loaded into the trailer. Right.
Jelly's
We're just taking
back.
that.
You're wheeling the filing cabinets past the
Somebody find it
Tosh's
all,
dead
yeah.
body outside into the trailer. Load these things up.
I actually, if you think about it, we've moved the truck, so we're not by where the
But you
body
never
was
hooked the
done.
trailer back up.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
I thought
that
we
was part
did.
of
Oh,
it.
you
Yeah.
did. Oh,
We
that's
did.
right, because
Did.
you used it to
Yes.
contain.
But she was by the opening to the lab, so she's we
Oh, I
walked.
thought she
right
was
out
up by
front.
the truck.
Yeah, she's right
No,
outside.
because we had moved the truck closer to the lab so we could load it quickly,
Yeah.
and then she went crazy, and then we just pushed her out right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you're
we
right.
do-
You're
we
right. I
do-
apologize. You're right. That was after
But
we
then-
brought
So
the
we're just walking by her
At some
every
point-
shift change.
So don't worry about the dead body.
Sorry, Nomad.
Hey, Natasha.
Well, we left the
At
2
some
dead
point,
dogs.
Hot
I
Hand
mean,
sanitized her, so I'm assuming at that point we drug her to out of
No,
sight.
that was like right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Unless you specifically would have carried her,
I mean-
I would have left her.
I would have left her.
Yeah, no one said that.
I just chopped
it's
pieces
been-
out of her cheek, and then I
That
was
was
done.
it. Yeah. So it's
Actually,
just
either I
there.
did or Hot Hands got somebody cut me pieces, or I did. I can't remember.
Yeah, at some point, you probably come out and you see like there's like a crow, or a bird landed on it. But
I shoot the crow, leave the corpse.
actually, you don't. That's the one
You
thing.
don't see any.
You don't
Oh,
see
yeah.
any birds, right? Because
Or
there's still ash in the air.
decomposition, right? There's no
Right, so-
worms. There's no
right, nothing.
anything.
Nothing.
It's not decomposing, which would normally interest MF, except he's not walking by it.
Right. So you get all the filing cabinets loaded. Good to go there.
Not gonna touch it.
So,
get close to the temple.
so how long do you think it took us?
Probably took you an hour.
Have
Wow.
you made any progress?
Maybe an hour, maybe 2 at most.
Yeah.
Because you had to move 22
cabinets.
22
up,
cabinets.
up the ramp.
Yeah, it took
up
an
the
hour,
ramp.
hour and a half. You can find some dollies pretty easy enough. There's that kind of equipment around.
Okay, and then so with the blood work inside, how's
So
that going?
me for testing the blood.
All right, so as you go down and you take a look at this black liquid, under the microscope. When you look at it, it is active. There's cell activity, meaning the cells are moving around. You give me a biotech roll.
All right, that's kind of what I was expecting you to have me do. Mm-hmm. There are 2. All
right, so with two hits, you know that this thing is far from like dormant. Whatever is active in this is actively moving. You think these cells are looking for a host to infect, right? But they are very alive and well, right? They're like, wow, like, it's an active ingredient. There's something going on. It isn't stagnant.
As it's sitting on the slide, they're not hardening and dying. That's the effect of it being inside a cell.
You would assume so.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm not going to leave this out and running. I'm going to look for the incinerator to incinerate the.
Can you tell if it's mechanical? Does it look like a biological?
Did it look like nanites? Because that would have been something I would have been looking for.
Yes.
It looked like so yes. So Vital has nanites in. They react like I would assume they would react.
So you can figure out how to kill the nanites.
I could.
And we could get them out of LT system.
I could, but yes, I could. Maybe, yes.
Shouldn't they need to undo what they did? I mean, just the presence in the system is probably not creating the condition. They probably did something.
Yes, but if maybe reverse...
Right.
No, but it's not...
Reverse it. Yeah.
Bottom line is not my forte.
Yeah.
Maybe I know someone. I don't... give me time. I think maybe I have someone to talk to.
So don't burn them then.
No. All I did was burn the single slide, the single drop.
Yeah,
because
okay.
I'm not going to leave it active and active.
If we have to suddenly leave, we'll just put it back in the vault.
Or take it with. But I'm going to seal the whole thing back up.
We can.
Okay.
The whole thing back up. So again, anything that was out is incinerated.
Put the blood in the box.
So you're gonna incinerate the slide.
The slide, any of the tools I worked with.
Okay.
I am very nervous that at this point, I believe there's enough connection to think that the blight is what this is.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure, but thinking that everything I used with it is going into
the vial.
The vial is completely resealed back up after I took
a
single dose out.
Okay.
Are you ready to touch box?
I'm not touching it. But...
No, but I mean, should I come up?
Yes.
I want to touch that
Okay.
box. You just see me sitting on a leaning against a desk, 20 feet
just
away.
Staring.
I picture him whimpering like a really excited dog.
right.
Cat wants the food. Restrained. Hey, come on, man.
So the other thing that I'll do is inside the lab, there's got to be some kind of a. I don't want to leave the vial just sitting out. I want it set in.
Well,
something.
it came in. It was in a.
No, I mean I want it in a.
Like a vacuum tube.
No, I mean I want it in a drawer or the fridge. I don't want it just sitting there so somebody.
There's like a refrigerant units and stuff like that.
I'm not leaving it out on a table.
That's you're gonna put it away. You're not keeping it with you. You're putting it in a.
I'm putting it down here, and I'm heading back up.
Okay.
So we're all back to
everyone's back up in admin.
There's nothing else in here except for the table with the box at this point.
Yep. Right now it's just this small little table and this little box.
Hot Hands, you have a sensed room again. There is no other. There's no gate. No.
I said I would have looked at all the walls when we were moving stuff. I didn't see any.
And that's another thing is when I get up, I'm going to not go in the vault, but I'm going to go to the vault, and I want to look around and see. I don't know why or how they would have done it, but I'm thinking in my head, if they did it, I wonder if those tubes have an access point in the vault. Do I see that?
Are there any vents?
Vent, little connector, even the little circles like remember the old plug-in vacuum cleaner hoses?
Yeah, sure. The whole house vacs? Yeah. No, you don't see anything like that.
All right.
Nope.
So I do not think that hoses go direct like was concerned.
Yeah, but anytime you're talking about magic, it's never as it seems.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no obvious, delivery
That's
system.
what I'm looking at.
Jelly. Are we ready to touch the box?
You got this big welt across your forehead. Is it okay now?
It is time.
It's time.
I think
I don't know how to prep. Then you do Hot Hands. Do you remember when you went through gate? You said you push. could you tell us everything you remember going through?
Well, I found the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Pushed through it and caused an immense amount of pain. It was as if I was pushing through a spongy wall. And then that's all I remember. I pushed through.
And on that topic, I have no headache, and I had bad one there. Do you have headache?
I ain't got no head. Well, not from magic.
So read entry again where Laura said she is in vault.
So yeah, I'll just summarize from memory what I read. And I don't think there was any specific clues of where she would be or anything like that.
She locked herself in the vault.
So we see nothing in here. There is no outline of dead body.
No.
With barrier up, somebody, well, in all fairness, somebody could have come, take her out,
Yeah.
set up barrier afterwards. So
Well-
I guess is no sinking that way. We no expect to see her in here.
If they gained access to the vault and or they knew about the journal,
No, because then they would not have put journal back. That makes
Right.
no sense.
I want to look at the box.
so then how would they
closer.
gain access to the
Okay.
vault if she reprogrammed the
Not
vault?
touching.
I guess.
All right.
But what if
Hands behind
what
the
if
back.
it
Right,
was
but
I just
already
wanna-
set and say reset?
Maybe they
It
knew
seems-
the
it
overrides
seems,
and she could
You know,
change that.
very like
Is it wooden?
It looks like it's made out of some type of metal.
Okay.
And
And are the
talcum.
markings a language?
maybe. What's that?
Are the markings a language?
Could be.
Not something that I recognize,
There
though.
seem to be markings on all sides. Except, you would assume all the sides that you can see. Obviously, there's one side that's face down that you can't see.
Jelly,
And
going close. We should all look at markings. Does anyone see something they recognize? Anyone?
no one sees anything they
Okay.
recognize. Right.
Very good.
These markings don't mean anything to anything that you, any of your backgrounds or anything like that.
Do they look like writing, or do they look like numeric? I mean, like, do I have any kind of hazard to guess of
They
what
look like vertical rows of symbols.
Okay.
Each side has they vary anywhere from 3 to 4 small vertical rows of symbols.
Okay.
Each row has 4 to 5 symbols in its progression.
Is there any kind of, like, hinges, little knobs?
No, it just looks like a kind of symmetrical, cut metallic square.
Okay.
As with all things magical reactive devices, right?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't say, like, open here.
Yeah, no, it's not like push. It's not, it's not like opening up a bottle of aspirin.
I mean, I'll be really frank with you guys. I'm going into this blind. I don't know a lot about magical boxes.
So
here-
first thing I consider, and I run with you hot hands on decisions, Jelly is not a vacant. So maybe Jelly touch. Not pick up, touch.
I think the safest thing for everybody would be for you all to stand outside of this room and let me handle this.
You do not agree with sinking? That Jelly, who is not a vacant, touch?
Or Nomad.
Yes,
I think-
or Nomad could touch. I think Jelly is there.
What,
Touch. Put finger on and take finger off.
what I think is Jelly is more important to all this than, well, I am. Jelly could manipulate all of this to...
If something happens, I cannot deal.
It should.
Nomad cannot deal. Jelly cannot deal.
But you all
I
could
disagree.
run.
Yeah, no, Nomad, are you open to touching it?
I'm willing to.
Is touch? Is not
I know the last
grab.
time I touched something I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, but this time you were supposed to.
You remember yesterday? Remember several hours ago with the electrical thing and trying to kill me?
I'm gonna come up to Hot Hands. I'm gonna look at you in your eyes, and
I'm gonna wave Nomad in with my hand just quietly. Like, go,
now.
go.
if some big giant genie pops out of here and you're stuck inside the vault with him,
Genies are real.
We don't have time to get into that.
I'm gonna like pinch my nose and like do some deep breathing.
Mind blow.
Anyways, I think that the three of us aren't. We're just gonna have to run from it. There's not a lot we can do to it.
Well, shut door and run.
MF, come on. So, I think that we'll begin as what's the word? Modestly as possible with Nomad approaching it, and then we'll escalate from there.
Jelly, if that's what you want to do, you could certainly do this, but out of the four of us, I'm the one that's already kind of put his foot in the door.
Right, but
times.
if the box knocks somebody out, it would be better for it not to knock you out.
And also, who knows, if Nomad gets zapped with some kind of, like, weird little, robot germs that make him magical, he's just gonna be, a little bit magical. But you'd be too magical.
You should mute, open mic.
No, besides,
I can hear you.
you can handle it, but you're also possibly more susceptible
more
to
vulnerable.
its effect.
Is why I thought maybe do unavig.
If it wants to affect us, it has to manifest some sort of power. But
Then again, Hot Hands is the only one that was able to identify this as some type of sustaining device.
And he can.
Again, that's what I've been saying over and over, is none of the rest of us even know. That's fine.
Jelly,
Right. I'll
it's
defer
it's
to
your
you guys.
choice. If you want to take the risk, you can.
Oh, I'm not. No. Nomad's got
You're
this.
hold on here for the record.
Yeah. Alright, so you stay on the. I don't know.
Nomad is
sports.
in position.
I essentially
Are you both
just
on the
kind of
same
slump
team of
down onto a desk
Him
and
doing
wait.
it, then Nomad.
No, Jelly and I are on the team
Just
of you doing
stay
it.
on
Okay.
the offense.
And that's why I gave you the
football
hand
thing.
signal to go into the vault.
Right. Okay. Well,
Nomad is in position.
So Nomad. So if I understand this right, Nomad's going in. Nomad's going into the vault. Everyone else is standing outside of the vault.
Yes, correct.
Right.
At distance, 10 feet plus.
10 feet. Okay.
Enough where we can comfortably see it.
So you're staying at near range. All right. Cool. All right. So
I don't like to be qualified,
And
Dave.
I'm gonna keep my googly eyes on because I want to see what's gonna happen in the astral.
okay.
That's good.
All right. So
okay.
Nomad.
So I will cautiously approach the box,
Okay.
pistol in one hand and one hand free.
Give me a
Pistol set to
composure.
kill.
Give me a composure.
Very
check.
hesitantly approach.
Yeah.
Composure.
I
The
mean-
sweat starts to beat
Five.
down your temples.
Maybe as he
One.
passes out, I
One.
won't
All right.
touch it.
You either there's something inherently you do not feel good about this.
I don't got a great feeling about this, you guys.
What does that mean?
I mean, there's just,
You
some
feel-
sort of
yeah, you-
sense of
yeah, you-
impending dread.
Yeah, you
following-
feel like you're doing something wrong.
Do you usually have
I normally trust
these
my instincts,
feelings?
and they're normally pretty accurate. But
You might.
I don't know when it comes to the topic of magic what could be interfering with my
Jelly?
natural instincts.
Did
Is-
I
is-
get bad vibes when I was close
Yes.
to it?
You might have.
Jelly.
an
And again, you weren't
anxiety
considering
disorder.
grabbing it either.
Jelly, let me go in. I know touch. I go see if I touch, if I get feeling.
Okay.
Nomad, come out.
All right, so I will withdraw.
I will go up, stand on my toes, put
Give
my
me a
hand towards to
composure
touch.
test. Give me a composure test.
This is an exciting round. We're learning so many things.
2 successes.
2 successes. You two feel like you feel from a different perspective, but you feel like this could be a Pandora's box that is not meant to be opened.
Okay, so I get similar feeling. I
feel
get
like-
is something I have not felt before. So is definite something on me.
You feel like whatever happens, if something's going to happen, its effects are probably going to not be easily reversed.
Jelly, I think you should go in and consider same thing. Again, no touch, just approach with salt to touch.
Are
Wait.
there?
I just realized I could do something. I didn't know I could boost.
Wait, let me get out of the vault first.
Hold on, let me get out!
Well, no, I'm sorry. I haven't done it as much, but I could put a little bit of protective magic around you in case there is magical backlash of any kind.
Hold, good thought.
Yes, we'll
it's
do
good
that.
thought. But first, Jelly, maybe you try same.
Yeah, all right.
Have we
all right.
exhausted our ability to magically investigate this thing? Like if we spend more time investigating it, or Hot Hands does, is there anything further we may glean, or
I already sensed it. I think
No.
that's the most I can do.
Yeah.
no
It is a
longer
typically, since it's an inanimate object, all right, there's only so much information you can gain from a sense in its aura.
Well,
Unlike you would get from
So
a sense in
there's no
someone's
way to
aura.
know what spell is stashed on this thing.
If there even is a spell.
We know there's a spell.
We know there's
because-
something sustained there.
Right.
All right, I'll approach the box.
Okay. go ahead and give me a composure test.
I'm just so demoralized at this point. All three of them get to
go in and
right
feel it out. Well, maybe you'll get your chance.
I'm hoping.
What is it?
6.
So 6 hits as you go in. You know, you consider all the crazy possibilities that run through your mind of what this could be, but you do get this feeling. You do kind of concur, like this is kind of a some type of milestone or some type of threshold that once it's crossed, it's not easily stepped back over. You know, it feels like one of those things like some doors may not be meant to be opened. Maybe somebody opened it. Maybe somebody has somehow figured out a way to close it for the time being. Are you the one to open it again?
So you make better points than I do, but is sought similar is to what I sought.
Do I get the feeling that there's something like powerful in here?
Not in here.
In the box.
You feel like this box may be the catalyst to something much bigger than yourselves.
I'm gonna touch the box.
You touch it. I need everyone to make besides you, to make a intuition and willpower test.
This is horseshit.
That's for you guys for ease. That's the judge intention.
It's judge intention.
It's those numbers.
Oh, so it's the same thing. I'm just gonna roll the intention then.
I like to think of this as more of a saving throw. Right,
I guess 2.
I've got 4.
2. All right. Nomad. So when you watch Jelly touch the box, and all of a sudden you go blind. Right?
So do they see me? Well,
You can
see.
You don't know,
but
right?
I would know because they can see my cyber eye feed. So if it goes blind,
did the cyber eye go down?
Then they,
So you have a cyber eye.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Interesting.
The feed doesn't go down.
Yep.
Right.
You can no longer see
the feed.
All right. You
guys?
No, hold on. There's more. But wait, there's more. You pull a sidearm. What sidearm is it?
Predator.
You pull the Predator. You point in a direction and you discharge the firearm.
Oh.
Make an attack roll.
Okay.
First of all, roll 2d6 to see which direction you randomly point the gun.
Yep.
7.
7. It is going. Where's my combat one? Here, let's see.
Here's your scatter diagram.
Yeah,
there's my scatter diagram. 7. Straight ahead. All right, cool. So, go ahead and make an attack roll. Jelly, give me a defense test.
Oh, geez.
Anyone viewing the video feed through Nomad, you see, if you're not standing next to him, you see him all of a sudden, boom.
It's zeros. If there's a little 0 in, there's a little red circle appears.
Yeah.
I have 0 successes.
Uh-oh.
You have 0, okay?
Right.
No, Jelly, you're like a baby.
I am like a baby. I got the defense of a peanut butter
Okay,
jelly
he made a
sandwich.
fairly shitty roll. That's good.
Yeah.
If this
Shittier than 0?
No,
So
not
3,
that.
what's the base damage?
3.
3. All right. So you're resisting a 6. So you're going to make a body resistance test. So you roll your body. Which is 3.
Should have left it sit on stun.
Hey, you!
Ah!
Oh my God! Nicely done. So you suffer 3 physical wound
Okay.
as you've just been shot. Right?
Rude.
It's just a flesh wound, though.
MF.
Yep.
As the firearm discharge, you look over at Nomad, and Nomad's eyes aren't focused on anything. They're kind of wandering, but he's like, boom!
Like in a panic.
It looks like he is,
Like, I've just
in
gone
a
blind,
paranoid,
oh,
like,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You're fine. Hot hands. Roll me 2d6.
5.
I want you to look at your spell list and tell me what the 5th spell is.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's napalm.
Holy shit!
Let's read what napalm does.
Oh, it's no bueno. It's a strong.
On the positive side, at least.
Good thing you moved the files out.
That's what I'm saying.
So
At least the
it's-
files are out.
It's one
We're all
that
gonna
hits
burn to
and
death, but at least
keeps
it's all
on
of them.
hitting. It literally puts out actual magical napalm into the world. Here we go. So napalm. Flame Strike and Fireball are so medieval fantasy. Unless you're wearing a pointy hat and a t-shirt with words, "Hi, I'm a wizard" on it, I suggest you update your magical arsenal. This is from the, what is it, that wild, it's the expansion for Magic.
Oh, Street Weird.
Yeah, that's it. While not manifesting of the gelling agent and petroleum products that the spell is named after, it is still an effective creation of an exotic superheated fluid-like material. Napalm is more effective than Flame Strike as it gets into materials and continues to bring on the heat. So Napalm imposes the burning status with a level equaling sorcery test net hits. Oh boy.
Now, is it an area of effect spell, or is it being targeted?
Line of sight. It's a target.
So, cool. So roll me 2d6.
10.
Okay, so 10 is going to be...
Not 7 is good.
To the right. So, MF, you're the lucky recipient of the Napalm. All right. So, what happens when you see Jelly touch the box? There's mixed emotions come over you. But you feel as if all of a sudden your magical composure is completely gone, and you're just free firing as you manifest this spell and just unleash it. You look over at MF and just unleash it and try and cover him in this napalm spell.
I'm assuming I can't add the dodge bonus.
So the type of spell, is it a direct combat spell?
It is an indirect combat.
Indirect combat spell.
You get to reaction willpower to resist. In this one, you do get to resist with body.
Yes.
So it's going to be my sorcery and magic versus your reaction and willpower, and the net hits is going to be damage, and then you'll get to resist that damage with body. So 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 5. Sorry, Mary.
Napalm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have to resist with reaction and willpower.
Even with a perfect roll, I'm not going to be there. But oh my god.
So that's net 5, which means you would take 5 damage as well as have a level 5 burning status.
Oh god. All right.
So first you're going to roll body resistance to reduce the damage, and the burn status, you said, right?
Yeah, and then if you have fire resistance of any kind, it is only half as effective against it.
Alright. Let's see, I can tell you what the burn status does. There we go. Burning! Alright. The burning status is the result of being hit with a flame-based attack. Once the initial blow has done its damage, you have to deal with the continuing heat and flames of the parts of yourself that may be on fire. The stat should be noted with a number that indicates the amount of physical damage the character must resist each round while the status exists. So first of all, go ahead and roll the amount of damage you're actually going to take.
Yep. So I'm taking...
Do I have to roll for DV?
No. So you've got to resist the drain, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So I'm taking 2 to start.
Alright, you're taking 2 to start, and then he says he has the burning 5.
Yeah.
Alright, so there are multiple ways to remove the status. You can spend a major action and roll an agility plus reaction test with a threshold of 2. Success means the fire is out and the status removed. You can also jump into water to remove the status without a roll.
Yeah, by a lake.
Oh.
If it's a threshold of 2,
yes.
I'm going to do agility reaction.
Yeah,
basically rolling, dropping out of the coat, that kind of thing. And stand.
You've got your wits about you. It seems that both Nomad and Hot Hands don't.
4 successes. So,
Right,
I will have it out. Do I take damage before it goes out, though?
No. I'm going to let you
Okay.
go. Stop, draw,
Hot
roll.
hands, stop!
Jelly, you touch the box,
And that's what they call hot hands.
and something opens up around you, and you hear a voice. Name your terms. And that's where we'll stop.
Oh, man.
What terms?
Oh, you guys are fucked.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-Sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.